Okay, we're back, and let's fight this weird mouth boss thing.
What the heck is that, anyway?
I don't know.
It's like some sort of head, mouth, car.
Great, speed, you must not race, haha! There is a head boss thing, haha! But I must! I don't know, but it's weak to Kuwanger's weapon.
Why is it weak to that of all things, though? I mean, you can't exactly cut metal with a boomerang.
Clearly you don't know...
Then again, in Chill Penguin stage, they were throwing snowballs at you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess anything in this game manages to somehow magically pierce metal.
In the future, Australian scissors cut through anything.
Cocky, I can cut pipe for 20 places.
Watcha! If I said that correctly. Anyway, the only thing left to do is kill Sigma. Yeah. And I'm trying to select his head here, but it's not quite easy to do.
Why? We don't need to see more of him.
Because, yeah.
Look at him, he's ugly. If I saw him in a dark alley, I would shit a brick.
Yes.
And apparently he can't afford an elevator.
Yeah. Wonder how I got these scars? No thanks, I have to go climb this wall. And yes...
It's finally infested with bugs.
I didn't want to bore you with all the farming I did to fill up the sub-tanks.
Transition.
Yes.
Epic shoulder blades.
Welcome, I see you managed to get here by yourself. Very impressive in America. I could destroy you, but you know, even though you defeated all my minions, you will fight my dog.
I hate my dog. Kill it for me.
Don't disappoint me. He knows how to deal with betrayers. Is that even a proper word? Betrayers?
I think the word he was looking for was traitors.
Well...
You're a betrayer.
I think his shoulder guards make his speech more important too. Fuck your dog. Hadouken! You don't even get a proper explosion. You just leave.
Damn it, I wanted to have a coffee.
I see why Zero counted on you, because you're more competent than he is in this game.
You still have 2 arms and 2 legs left.
I rip on Zero, I like Zero, but the thing is, in the first 3 games, he really doesn't do much. But it's okay. More than half the series, he's prominent. Also, Star Wars, again! So,
as if there wasn't already enough references in this game.
Yeah, let's see, the AT-ST-esque robots, Boba Fett, Vile, and then lightsabers. Is there any other ones?
I'm sure there is, but I can't be bothered remembering them.
Anyway, this is Sigma's attack pattern, pretty much. Like, he has, like, a laser attack from his forehead if you're on the ground, or, like, a dash slash, but, you know, why? Oh, wrong one. Anyway, you've seen enough. Get out. Let's defeat the final boss with, instant death.
Only a floating clown head remains.
And apparently...
Holy crap, what's that?
I don't know, but I think it's supposed to be like... kind of like a reference to the dog we just killed. But to me it looks like Chuck E. Cheese.
Why does he even have that in his wall?
I really only wanted to go against the humans because they have Chuck E. Cheese and they won't let me in! Thus I made my own!
I will defeat the humans with their own vile weaponry.
I only say Chuck E. Cheese because it looks like a mouse. Well, what other purple mouse do you know? I don't know. Actually, I think Chuck E. Cheese is gray, but that's besides the point.
Nothing is trying to kill you with lightning and flamethrowers.
Yeah, so, I've tried before, but as far as I know, you can't Hadouken him because he's way too high up, even at the highest point.
point now, even if you're standing on one of those floating arm thingies.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have a question though. You know that whirlwind tornado move you got?
Yeah.
Doesn't that go vertically? So technically you could just like stand at the bottom and use that.
I think so, but like usually Sigma bosses only have Mega Buster or one other weapon that has a weakness. Usually all the other weapons don't do anything.
Ah, so they were crafty. Not that it didn't matter really, since you just owned him.
I'm stuck in this Chuck E. Cheese head! Help me! That was kind of an anticlimactic boss battle, but hey, you know, just wanted to show you, when you combine Mega Man and Street Fighter, there is no going back. There is no victory for you.
There was only Chuck E. Cheese. And thankfully, there was no city below that giant fortress mountain place.
Yeah.
Or everybody would have died.
Don't worry, we'll get to that someday.
Actually, by the looks of this game, everybody's already dead.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't actually seen a single living being that's not a robot already.
Don't worry, I saw their parachutes. They're okay. And now the true final boss. Scrolling text. X is standing ever ready, just in case the punctuation tries to attack him.
With his fist clenched dramatically.
Fist clench!
I mean, shut up. I mean, everything else in this game has tried to attack him so far. I mean, the rocks in the ceiling have tried to attack him, wheels in the highway have tried to attack him. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this text suddenly grew arms and started fighting with him right now.
Text man! Da-da-da-da-da! Yeah, so what do you think of X1 overall?
Yeah, it's a cool game. It certainly looks far cooler than the original Mega Man games, to me at least.
I think the demographic was like slightly older, whereas Mega Man was like children and, you know, whatever audience. I think Mega Man X was aimed towards teenagers and young adults, which was cool because, you know, at the time I was one of those. Actually, I was a kid.
I know. I think a kid could enjoy this just as much. I mean, story-wise and general premise-wise, I don't see much difference between this and Mega Man, the original series.
Well, in the original...
So, you know, the graphics, obviously.
Well, the original Mega Man was like Dr. Wily was like, haha, I'm gonna take over the world. I've changed, really. Just kidding. 8 more robots. And then Mega Man's like, I will defeat you. You are defeated. And Wily's like, oh, please forgive me. By the way, I escaped. And in the X series, it's like, we're gonna plot a rebellion against the humans because we're people who could think for ourselves. Yeah. So that's pretty much my synopsis of the story so far.
I don't think any self-respecting child at least would pay attention to the plot in a game like this. You just shoot things.
Well,
That's what the game's about.
Honestly, the only major plot we really had was involving Vile in this game.
Also, I like some of the names of these enemies.
Yeah.
Running down the mysteriously, here's the most terrifying boss in the game, Chill Penguin.
Yeah. Launch Octopus with his horny
the most
missiles.
badass boss in the game.
Yeah. Storm Eagle!
Right. Second most badass then. Storm Eagle was clearly the most badass. Who was that guy again? I don't remember.
This is like all systematic for you. Like, oh, I have a comment prepared for each of these guys. Tongue attack.
Plays too much Duck Hunt. Mysteriously good against air things. The Christmas Tree Monkey.
Cut man on crack.
Die. Putting on a shrimp on the bobby.
Boba Fett Vile? Totally.
With a Predator cannon in his shoulder. And Sigma with his epic shoulder pads.
And
his scary face.
And Zero without
and
his
robot.
robot.
Who was ineffectual throughout the whole game.
I think from the moment he gets robot nipples, he becomes more effectual. It's like, I have robot nipples and shoulder pads. And a sword. But mostly the robot nipples.
Robot nipples. I really didn't need to know that.
Well, dude, there's those green things on his chest. It's not like he's a robot. It doesn't actually matter. Oh, look, the real credits. Haha. With a random TV in the background, kind of, I guess. Yeah.
Does anything actually appear in that random TV?
Oh my god, object designers, Tatsunoko. Huh. Actually, that's probably not the Tatsunoko Corporation. It's probably just some guy.
Toshiba Tatsunoko or something.
Yeah. Well, Tatsu...
I was wondering, I just made that name up, so don't go googling whatever I said, Tatsunoko.
Well, Tatsunoko means seahorse, and it's basically like Tatsu Dragon no Ko, like apostrophe S kid. So it's like...
Sea Dragon.
It's like a nickname for a seahorse. Yeah.
It's kind of long for a nickname.
Well,
I mean, usually nicknames are supposed to be short, so you don't have to say their full names.
Well, it's Japan.
I tried to think of what the name was before they started to make stuff up for it. Thanks for playing. No problem. Wait, I didn't play.
Haha, you're welcome. Now don't just click off the video just yet. There is one more little bit of stuff. Haha. What? You're alive? You've won a temporary victory, X. What you destroyed was only a temporary body. My spirit remains intact.
Temporarily.
In time, I will find other bodies strong enough to do my bidding, and I will have temporarily. I will more of temporary gimmicks and temporary bodies for you. Is that like his new catchphrase? I've been plotting my vengeance against you temporarily. Part-time.
It is now.
Anyway, that's Mega Man X, everybody. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for X2!
It'll be shiny.